What is up, y'all, and welcome back to another video, and I hope you guys are having a great All-Star / President's Day weekend. And today we're actually going to be talking about Patrick Beverley. I know, it's a little interesting of a topic, but, it's fun to talk about guys like this who are just such a character on the screen, you know what I'm saying? And NBA Central actually tweeted out saying, Pat Bev is officially a free agent after he and, correct me if I say this wrong, Hapoel Tel Aviv parted ways. And it says the return after that. And just a quick little rundown if you haven't been paying attention to Pat Bev's, past. He played basketball in Israel a year ago, I think. He signed there a year ago before, his last contract in the NBA. And I guess this tweet is basically just saying how they parted ways, I guess on good terms. We're just going to assume it's good terms. I'm not going to make a statement, though, because I'm not sure if it's right. But according to the tweet, they're basically mutually parted ways. And we actually got another tweet telling us basically the odds on which teams are most likely to get Patrick Beverley. But before we get into that, let's actually just talk about, what type of player he could be in the NBA at his current, state of his career. Because obviously he's an older player now. He's probably in his mid-30s, I'm guessing. I'm not really knowing for sure, but I know he's in his 30s at least. And since we really haven't watched him in a year, we don't really know what his athleticism level is at right now because he's in his 30s, like I just said. And obviously we know Pat Bev's best, trait is his defense and his quickness on defense. So we don't really know how much of that he still has. But I'm sure he still has a good amount of it because defense is a little bit athleticism, but it's also IQ, and he obviously is not going to lose the IQ. And honestly, to keep it real, I think there's a lot of people in the NBA that Patrick Beverley is still better than. So I think he can really contribute to an NBA roster, whether it's a defensive guy off the bench or if it's just a locker room vet presence, because, there's a lot of players that don't even play that are just a locker room guy that's good for the team. He's good in practice. Maybe he could be a good, help for the young guys, help them develop, help, them defensively maybe. And look at the guys like Taj Gibson, Udonis Haslem. Those guys didn't really play towards the end of their career, but, they're just on the team because people liked them and liked what they were doing for the younger guys. Iguodala too, his last season for the Warriors, he was signed there. And I'm a Warriors fan and I never really saw him play, but obviously he was helping the young guys develop, helping the team, coach and stuff. So, he could be like that too. I'm not really sure. Obviously, Patrick Beverley has a lot of energy too, so he can help motivate the team, help him get hyped, help him get energetic like he is. So there's a lot of positives Pat Bev can bring to a team, even if it's not him playing actually on the court or playing real minutes, you know what I'm saying? And now let's look at the teams that are most likely to get Patrick Beverley. As NBA Central tweeted saying, the Phoenix Suns are the favorites to win the Pat Bev sweepstakes. And this is per Bovada official. I kind of recognize that name from past videos. And the list goes Phoenix Suns, Brooklyn Nets, Philadelphia 76ers, Lakers, Real Madrid, Baloncesto, and then a bunch of different overseas teams. So, there's some NBA teams and there's some overseas teams. So we don't really know exactly if he's going to guarantee be a spot in the NBA. But obviously, there's a chance, The Suns are number one. I think the Suns actually make a lot of sense because they have no money. So if they can get someone on a minimum contract that can kind of contribute for them, that's a W for them. So Suns make a lot of sense. Brooklyn Nets, I'm not really sure. Maybe a roster filler, maybe even a veteran presence. I don't really understand that perspective. And then you have the Sixers, which is also interesting. They're not really good this year. They're okay. They just have a lot of injuries. A lot of stuff isn't going their way. Paul George isn't coming out to what they expected him to be. But maybe he can, shift the energy over there in Philadelphia, and maybe that could be a good fit. And then the last one is Lakers. Obviously, the Lakers are in everybody's trade talks. And honestly, I don't think the Lakers really need him because they have a good amount of guards. They just don't have any bigs. So I think they should worry about getting someone like a Dwight Howard if they're going to get someone from overseas. But, that is what it is. Patrick Beverley, it's a fun guy to talk about. Obviously, he's not a superstar or even an all-star. But, he's a fun guy to talk about. He's a character. I like to see him in the NBA because, he brings drama to the NBA. And I will say, I love watching him bring drama. Whatever team he goes to, you could see his name is kind of in the headlines of something no matter what. There's not a season going by of Patrick Beverley in the NBA where his name isn't in the headlines. So that's something that Patrick Beverley brings to the NBA as a whole. So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about Patrick Beverley. Let me know where you think he's going to go. Like the video, do all that juicy stuff. And yeah.